Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, in this session we are going to take some more problems based on data interpretation. Uh, you might have revised the previous session before you are coming for this session. Just have your paper and pen with you and start solving the problems right with me. Okay, so let's begin. Now let's take this first set of questions. Here, the bar diagram gives the percentage production of product A, B, C and D in a company for 4 successive years from 2008 to 11. It is given that the total production increases at the rate of 10% per annum over the previous year of the period 2008 to 11, right? So that's company A, B, C and D and 8, 9, 10 and 11. Now the first question let's take. If it is given that the production of A in the year 2010 is 30250 metric ton, then what would be the production of B in year 2009? Now production of A in the year 2010 is 3250. That means and the production of A over here is 25%. That means the total production in 2010 will be 4 times this. So 30250 into 4 times, that is the total production, right? So in the previous year, since every year there is a 10% increase at it is given over here, right? 10% increase. That means in the previous year, this is actually 110% of the previous year. That means in the previous year, this was the production, right? That is in 2009. Now in 2009, the contribution of B was 25%, right? So 25% means 1 by 4, right? So this 4 and this 4 is cancelled. Now we have to calculate 302500 divided by 11. Now how would you calculate that? You keep this 20 aside, then you are getting 3025 divided by 11, right? You know the divisibility rule of 11. So that's actually this 5 and this is 5. So this number is already divisible by 11, right? So it's 11 2s are, then 8 2, 11 7 and then 0.5. And into 00, that means it is 27500 metric ton. Okay, quite simple. Let's take the next one. Now, referring to the data in the above question, what would be the average production of all the given products in the year 2011? See, in the previous question, we have already discussed that the production of A is 30250 metric ton, right? So the total production in this year will be 30250 into 4, right? In next year, the production will be what? 10% more than this. So that's 1.1. Now since we have to find out the average, we'll divide this by 4, right? So 3025 into 11 we have to do. So that's 5, 2 plus 5, 7, 0 plus 2, 2, 3 plus 0, 3, right? So that's and 3. So 33275, that is the average production. So that is this. Okay. I hope you are clear. And friends, you just always keep one thing in mind. Do not directly multiply the things, right? First of all, just write in this manner, because bright chances are there in the future calculation, in the coming calculation, some of the part may get cancelled. Okay. See, if you had multiplied 30250 into 4, further you have to divide it by 4. So 2 calculations will be doing extra. So instead of that, just keep it like this. Then whatever it's happening, finally you just do the entire multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, whatever is there. Right? Let's take the next one. Now, next is the production of C in the year 2009 is this. Then what is the ratio of production of B to that of A in the year 2008? Right, in 2009, this is the production. That means the total production should be C, contribution of C is actually 20%. That means the total production must be 22000 into 5. Right, that is the total production. After that, we have to find out the ratio in 2008. So 2008 will be divided by 1.1. Now this is the total production of 2008. Now friends, since we have to find out the ratio of production of B to that of A in the year 2008, this data doesn't matter really, right? Now what we'll be doing? So we'll be finding out for production of B is what 28% of this and production of A is 32% of this, right? So this data, it's really doesn't matter for us. So actually this 28% of this and 32% of this. So while we are calculating the ratio, this data will be cancelled. So finally you are left with 28 by 32. So 4, 7 and 4, 8. Your answer is 7:8. This data really doesn't matter. Okay. Now this question, the company is able to sell all its product, then what is the ratio of sales revenue of the firm for the given period? It is obviously cannot be calculated. Why? Because see, we are knowing the contribution of the product in terms of percentage, right? But we don't know the sell price. So how could we calculate the sales revenue? So not to worry, not to calculate anything, it cannot be determined. Okay. Now let's say this set of questions. Here, the number of employers in thousands who opted for 4 different sectors: production, electrical engineering, mechanical engineering and research and development in an organization for the duration 4 years 2008 to 11. A, B, C, D. Here, number of employees in thousands in various sectors A, B, C, D. And here the following table shows the ratio of females to males in production, in electrical engineering, mechanical, research and development in the year 2009 and 10, right? So let's take the question based on these two diagrams or these two charts. Now the very first question, what is the approximate percentage of employees who opted for mechanical engineering sector to that of total number of employees who opted for all the sectors in 2009? So in 2009, what is the situation? Total is 15 plus 20, 35 and 25, 60 and 77, and out of this mechanical engineering is C, that is 17, right? So our calculation is actually 17 by 77 into 100. Now 17 fours are 68 and it is 9 more than 68, that means around 4.5 times this is. 4.5 means 9 by 2. So that's 200 by 9. Now 100 by 9 is what? 11 point something percent. So 200 by 9 is 22 point something. So that's around, it is 22%. Okay. Now the number of female employees who opted for electrical engineering in year 2009 is approximately what percent of number of male employees for mechanical engineering in the year 2010? Let's see. 2009 electrical engineering is 20 and breakup is 22 is to 28, or we can say 11 is to 14, right? So females are 11 is to 14, that means 25. So females are 11 by 25 into total is 20,000. So that is females in year 2009 in electrical, and males in mechanical in the year 2010. So that is 30 total and the breakup is 11 is to 14. So that is 14 by 25 into 30,000 into percentage 100, right? So this is precisely 11 by 21 into 100%. Okay. Now let's see. That's 11 by 21 into 100. I just rewrite. So if we divide 21 by 11, it will be bit less than 2, right? So if we divide 100 by a data that is bit less than 2, then it will be bit more than 50%. So that's 52%. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now here, What is the difference between the average of employees who opted for production and research and development over the given period? Now friends, since we have to find out the average difference, what we can do is for every year we can find out the difference, right? Instead of adding all 2008, 9, 10, 11 for production and then adding all for research and development and then finding out the mutual difference and divide by 4, instead we keep on finding the difference for every year. So 20 and 30, A the first one and D the last one. So 20, 30, 10, then 15 and 25 further 10, 10 and 10, 20, 25 and 28, 3. So that's 23 and here production is more than that of R&D. So 33 and this is 25. So that is 8. So 23 minus 8 in all it is 15,000, right? Data in 1000. So 15,000 is the difference between the total of production and R&D. But we have to find out the average, so we will divide it by 4. So 15,000 divided by 4 is 3750. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now, what is the approximate percentage of the number of male employees who opted for production to that of total male employees who opted for all the sectors in year 2009? So, pretty simple. 2009 production is 15,000 and male female breakup is 12:13. That means out of 25, 13 are male, right? So 15,000 divided by 25, that's 600 into 13, 7,800. So that is the males in production. Now we have to find out the total number of male employees. In electrical, 20,000 people are there and the breakup is, and the percentage of or we can say 28 by 50, that is male, right? So 20,000 divided by 50 is 400 and 400 into 28, 11,200, right? Similarly here 17 is 17,000 are male and out of that 33 by 50. So 17,000 divided by 50 is 340, 340 into 33, that's 33 square, 1089 plus 33, so that's 11,220. Okay. Similarly, here 27 by 50 of 25,000. So 25,000 divided by 50 is 500 and 500 into 27, 13,500. Now we have to find out the percentage of this, right? So quickly add all of them. We can remove these two zeros with the common two zeros. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. I make this also 0 and this, right? So it is 7800. This 112, 112, 224, almost 225, and this 300, 300, 435, around 440 we can say, right? So that's 411. (195 by 11). So it's 11 ones are 11 and then 8, 85, so 7 times. So 17 point something. Other option are quite far, that's 3% difference is there. So not to worry, 17.84% will be the correct choice. Okay. Now see this question. If the total number of female employees is 38% of the total number of employees who opted for all the sectors in the year 2011, then what would be the number of female employees in the electrical engineering in the same year? Okay. Now in case of 2011, if we see, we are not given the male female ratio over here. So you cannot calculate this data. So friends, you might have observed that some of the questions take time, some of the questions they do not take time at all. You can instantly mark the answer. So on an average, if you solve 5 questions in 4 to 5 minutes, that is decent enough if you maintain the accuracy. Okay. So I hope you are clear with all the 5 questions of this data interpretation problem. I'm sorry. So let's take the next one. Now let's see the set of questions. A percentage of market share of different coaching institutions for banking preparation in Delhi in the year 2011. Total number of students taking admission in all the institute is 3 lakh, and percent market share of coaching institutions, and average fees in thousand. Now let's take the first question. What would be the difference between average number of students taking admission for banking preparation in all the institutes per month and average number of students taking admission per month in Institute A? Okay, pretty simple. In all there are 3 lakh students. Out of that, this for entire year, that means per month it is divided by 12. So 3 lakh divided by 12 is 25,000 students are taking admission in all the institutes on an average per month, right? And if we talk about Institute A, so 25,000 is the strength of, 25% is the strength of Institute A. So in all it is 25,000 per month, and out of this 25% is of Institute A. So 6250. So what is the difference between this and this? Let's see. So that is 25 minus 7, that's 18, and then 750, 18,750. Okay. If the number of the girl student taking admission in Institute C is 27% of the total number of students in Institute C, then how many average number of boys taken admission per month in the Institute C? See, contribution of Institute C is 18% of 3 lakh, right? So 18% of 3 lakh is what? 18 into 3, 54,000. And this divided by 12 is the admissions per month, and out of these 27% are girls, that means 73% are boys. So this is now friends, your answer should be having unit digit as 5 and it should be multiple of 9. So just quickly see to it, and obviously it cannot be determined, cannot be the correct choice because we can find it out, right? So unit digit must be 5, so this is incorrect, and your answer must be multiple of 9. So 8 and 5, 13, and 4, 17 into 17 plus 3, 20, it's not there. That means this is the correct choice, right? You can very well check it out. 8 plus 5. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 3285 is the correct choice. Okay. Now let's say this one. Revenue generated from the Institute C is approximately what percentage of revenue generated by all A, B and C together for year 2011? Now friends, since we have to make the calculation for C and A and B, all of them from 3 lakh, right? So what is happening over here? Revenue generated from Institute C will be what? First of all, the total number of students are 3 lakh, and out of that contribution of C is 18%. So precisely it is 3 lakh and 18%, right? In the denominator, the calculation of A and B and C will also be there. So A, 25% of 3 lakh into fees is 12,000. So actually in the numerator and in the denominator 3 lakh is getting common, so that will be cancelled. So I just eliminate that, right? So now in the denominator 25, and similarly percentage will also be common, so I skip that also. So precisely it is 25 into 12,000 plus B is 22 into 10,000 plus C is 18 into 11,000. So that's 11 in the numerator also. So this is the calculation that we have to make, and obviously into 100 also. This is contribution of C, and this is a total A plus B plus C, right? So this is actually 300, 220 plus 18 into 11 is 198. So I assume it to be 200. So 3 and 2, 500, 5 and 2, 720. So this is in the numerator 720. It is 198 into 100. Okay. we have to look at the options because options are like quite closer, so we cannot go for more approximation. We can just make 198 to 200, so I make it 200. Now 72 into 3 is what? 3 2s are 6 and 3 7s are 21. That's 216, right? So this is a bit less than 216. So that definitely your answer will be bit less than 30%. Okay. So your answer will be 28% since other are more than 30% and it is much lower than 30%. But our answer should be bit less than 30%. So 28% is the correct choice. Okay. I hope you are clear. Now, if there is a growth of 20% in both number of students and the average fee paid by the students in Institute A in the year 2011, then what was the what was the revenue generated by the Institute A in year 2010? So precisely as of now, the population, total number of students is 3 lakh. In that, 25% is of this Institute A. So 25% of 3 lakh is 75,000. That means in the previous year, the Institute A must be having 70. That's actually 120% of 2010, right? Because 20% growth is there. So in year 2010, this will be the number of students, right? And similarly, here the fees is 12,000. That is in year 2011. That means obviously in year 2010 the fees would have been 10,000 since there is a 20% rise in fees as well. Okay, so this is precisely the revenue of the company, this Institute A. So it's 12 6 are 72, 20, 12 2s are 24, 6, 5, 0. So it's 6250. Your initial figures must be 625. So that's this option. Okay, I hope you are clear. Now, what is the difference between the revenue generated by Institute D and other coaching institute in the year 2011? Institute D is 12% of 3 lakh, that is 36,000, into fees is 7,000, and other is 10% of 3 lakh, that is 30,000, into fees is 5.5 thousand, or I just say 55 and eliminate this. So this into 1000 and 1000 over here. Okay. Okay, as simple as that. I hope you are clear. So friends, in this session we have discussed 3 sets of data interpretation problem, and I hope you are clear with all the problems. You can practice more problems of data interpretation. These are actually simple. Some of the problems may take time, but on an average a single set of data interpretation, if it consists of 4 to 5 problems, it will take 4 to 5 minutes, not more than that. Okay, on an average. Some problems may take more time, some of the problems can be solved instantly. Okay, so we'll be discussing more problems in the next session. Bye bye.